Hey guys, welcome to another video of Garage Movement. We're going to be doing a technique video going over the jump rope, single unders, double unders, those kind of things. Very first thing you need to understand is when you guys get a rope, there's lots of different types of ropes out there. I would highly recommend you get one that has, essentially bearings in them so the handles spin really well versus the very cheap leather ones, especially if you're trying to do double unders. If you're doing single unders, the leather ones are perfectly fine. But just so you know, if you're buying a rope, you might as well get a decent one. They're pretty cheap anyways. And then when you're adjusting the height of your rope, you want, basically if you step on one foot, you want the height to go about chest height, armpit height, so I would go to that same side, and that's kind of where the handles should be. That's a good rule of thumb in terms of length, okay? Something to know when we're doing our jump rope is our hand placement, okay? We don't want to be really wide like this. This is a lot of shoulders, very inefficient. And as you can see, it makes the rope shorter, okay? So I want to keep my elbows close and like kind of hands out in front and more do this kind of wrist action, okay? So that's in general what it's going to look like form and technique-wise. And then when we're jumping, we want a nice, easy bound, okay? We don't want to be hiking our feet up like this or tucking our knees or feet to butt, okay? Or all of the above, okay? That's a ton of work, and we want to be as efficient as possible so we can kind of keep going on this movement and make it a little bit more of a cardio style movement versus anything more intense than that, okay? So your basic single under is going to be your first step, okay? You just want to get the rope to pass under your foot for every one jump. So one jump, one pass of the rope, okay? So just like this. Okay, that's going to be your single unders. So anytime we see double unders in a workout and you can't do them or you can't do them well, you can always go back to the single unders and just double the number. So if it's 50 double unders, you'll do 100 single unders. But the goal is to get you guys to double unders because it's a very, very good exercise, very high skill, and it's very fun to do once you get the hang of it. There is a frustrating learning curve there. It takes a lot of practice and repetition, but it's a good goal to strive for, okay? But it takes time and repetition and consistency. So the first step, well, let me show you a double under first. So a double under is basically when you pass the rope twice, so for every one jump. So a little bit harder, a lot harder than the single under. But basically, again, I'm gonna jump, pass the rope twice, and continue going. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Now those are consecutive double unders as well. So every time I jump, I'm passing the rope twice. That's the end goal for the double unders. But in the meantime, when you're transitioning from single unders to learning double unders, you don't want to just start yanking away at the rope because you're just going to continuously mess up. You're going to whip yourself, it hurts. It's going to be very frustrating that way. So my recommendation is first, get really good at the single unders, okay? Get good at them, get fast, make sure your form's good, your elbows are in, you're bounding really well. You're not tucking your knees, you're very efficient. Then it's time to throw in a double under, okay? So you're gonna start doing your single unders, get in your rhythm, and then when you're ready, you're gonna do a slightly bigger jump, and then you're gonna twirl the rope twice. So twirl, twirl, and again, it's all in the wrist, okay? Once you get that, you're gonna, basically the goal is just to get one double under, but once you get that, then you want to transition back to the single under. So you're going to go single, 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 however many times you need to, then throw in your double under, and then see if you can get back to the single unders and get back into your rhythm of single unders, okay? Once you get that, we're slowly going to start eliminating the single unders in between. So if you're doing 5, 6, 7 single unders in between to catch your rhythm, the next goal is to eventually get it down to every other. So you're doing a single under, double under, single under, double under. Once you're able to get like 12 double unders with the single under in between, or somewhere around that range where you're consistently being able to do that, that's a good sign. And then you might need to take that next step to try the consecutive ones, which is definitely gonna feel different, but it's just something you kind of gotta dive into. And again, it's all about rhythm. So it kind of is about hearing the rope, okay, and hearing your feet hit the ground, and it should be very consistent and rhythmic. If it's all out of rhythm, the chances of you messing up are much greater. So again, if you can hear that, you can kind of hear the rhythm going. every time you pass, okay? So it's something to practice. What I would recommend doing to get good at these is put a timer up. I wouldn't go and practice for 20, 30 minutes because you're gonna be really sore from jumping, but maybe take 10 minutes, and of that 10 minutes, each minute you're just gonna do 40 seconds worth of work. So practice your double unders for 40 seconds and count the number that you're getting in the 40 seconds, and then takes 20 seconds rest, just to force the rest on there so you're not jumping for a long period of time. And that's also gonna keep you accountable on when you should be working and when you should be resting. And then once you start to get to a point where you're doing 30 double unders, just stop there. So if 30 double unders takes you 30 seconds instead of 40, just stop there and rest. And eventually the goal is to be able to do 30 double unders every minute on the minute for the 10 minutes straight without messing up. That's a really good sign if you can do that, and you're definitely at that point ready to do them in workouts. I would not practice these during workouts because it's gonna take up majority of the time during your workout, and it's gonna affect the intent of the workout, what we want in terms of the intensity and things like that, and getting other movements in. So if you're spending all your time on the double unders the whole time, that's not the point. Switch to single unders, get your reps done, get a good workout in, focus on that. And then if you have some extra time before or after the workout, that's the time to set that timer for 10 minutes, practice your double unders, and get it done. So have fun with this one. Don't get too frustrated, stick to it, stay consistent, and we'll see you in the next video.